It's been 37 years since Notre Dame last won a national championship, and 38 since they won their last Heisman trophy. And the Trojan in me, yeah, I can't help but smile at that. Especially because all the chatter I'm hearing this offseason is that I might not be able to enjoy sharing those stats for that much longer.
The team with the most potential ahead of next season to me is Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is one of the most talented teams in the country.
They're going to be another college football playoff contender.
Carr, quarterback, Notre Dame, is the current odds favorite to win the Heisman Trophy.
If you asked me to take one quarterback right now, I'd take him over anyone in the country, hands down. And by the way, it's not even close.
Yep, Notre Dame's the top of everyone's preseason rankings, and their signal color is the early betting Heisman favorite. Carr's being billed as Notre Dame's other savior. He was a top 10 quarterback in the country coming out of high school. As a redshirt freshman, he averaged 228 yards and 2 touchdowns per game with a 66.6% completion rate. The dude's the anti-Rudy. Whatever you want to call him, he's going to be the linchpin for Notre Dame's offense this year because gone are the 2 best running backs in the country from last year. So it's time we take a closer look at him, starting with his best statistical game of the year on the road versus Arkansas. This is a game in which Carr went 22 for 30, 354 yards and 4 touchdowns. But I gotta be honest, I'm always honest with you guys. The film is not that impressive. He had over 100 of those yards were dump offs to the running backs, and I'd say probably 75 more of those yards were on screen passes. It's a lot different driving a comeback to the opposite field than, dumping off a screen pass. And right here, I got 6 plays in this Arkansas game that I say, you know what, those are missed opportunities. They're leaving yards on the field. It starts in the first or second drive of this game. They're doing a little switch route on top. This receiver's going to hook in. This receiver's like a delayed vertical route down the sideline. Carr locks in on this. He's pre-playing the play in his mind. It looks like man coverage. It is man coverage. Actually, it's not. Looks like man coverage. They're fooling me. They're fooling Carr. And so he's thinking, hey, I got this slot fade right here all day. He's going to drop off. This nickel in the slot is heavy on the slot receiver all day. And as we play it, you're going to see the receiver on the top of the screen is wide ass open. Boom, 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 boom. Drive that ball in there. Opportunity for a big gain. Instead, he pre-plays the play. It's double coverage with this receiver. That's the slot receiver working inside to out. And you can see missed opportunity there early on in that drive. We go to the second example. Vertical route. Hitch by the tight end. Hitch by this receiver, arrow route by the other tight end. Jeremiah Love's checking and releasing to the right. A key teaching point for any quarterback is in quick game, pick a side and stick there. Because if you go to the left initially and then come back to the right, you're going to be late, and that's a recipe for turnovers. starts on the right, but then sees this corner get real physical with his receiver and then comes back to his left. This receiver does slip and fall. He does get pressure in his face, but it's kind of a panic throwaway. He chucks it over this receiver's head, and Arkansas wants an intentional grounding. This play never had a chance for it to be successful because it's one thing if you start on the left, but he started on the right, came back to the left. If he kept on the right, look at this. He'll get to Jeremiah Love his check down, or this receiver's coming open. Yeah, it's a fist fight at the 45-yard line, but he's coming open at the 40. Drive that ball in there for a little hole shot, or if you don't like that, hit Jeremiah Love who's coming open on the check down. But pick a side and stick there. This is losing football right here. We go to the third play, the little vertical route, top of the screen. It's an outside leverage corner, so this receiver has to cut inside, and it's a middle field free safety. He's got an opportunity for a big play here. This isn't a poor decision, but if you're talking about how he's getting graded in the quarterback meeting room, they would want a better throw here. Throw that into the inside with an outside leverage corner, hugging his right side. Use this space in here. Yeah, you got to be worried about the safety, but throw it on the inside of the numbers rather than closer towards the sideline. Opportunity for a touchdown there. All right, that one I might be being a little overcritical, but I'm not being critical on this next one. This next one's a bunny. He's got that slot fade again. He likes that matchup, one-on-one, no safety help over the top. Meet you at the back pylon. This should be easy pickings for a touchdown. Instead, 1, 2, 3, just overthrows him, misses an opportunity. Fifth play here. This, I believe, is an interception. He's got the tight end on a little basic route, and then he's got a little level route underneath. Got to be mindful of this linebacker. How physical is this linebacker getting? Does he get physical with the tight end, or is he dropping underneath this level route? As you'll see, he gets locked in on the tight end and misses an opportunity for this easy completion. Hit this all day, move along. You should sense that as a QB. Instead, I think he forces it, gets batted. Yeah, interception by the Mike linebacker. The Mike linebacker like fumbles it there. And then last but not least, this is a nuanced one. You're not going to notice this on your couch at home, but his drop gets too short and too quick, and it puts the whole play in jeopardy. They're going to play fake to Jeremiah Love. It's 4th and short. The whole country thinks the ball's going to number 4. They got a little corner route. There's just one receiver in this progression. It's well covered. So as pressure comes off the left side, Carr's going to quick swivel and put his offensive line in a really tough spot. Look at this. Ball there, boom. See how tight he gets? See how he's already turning around and then already drifting to his right rather than giving a legit play fake, even if Jeremiah Love has to pick up this defender and hang right here in the pocket. Get more depth. Don't get right up in the grill of this pressure. And then as a result, it turns into kind of panic mode. He's going to run around the backfield, and then intentional grounding, chucks the ball out. That's obviously terrible. He did the same thing against Miami as well early on in the year, but that's all because of just a hurried up and short drop. He ultimately would have thrown this ball away, but you don't get the intentional grounding and ultimately put your field goal kicker out of field goal range. So after watching what should be his best game, I'm walking away being like, yo, he's missing opportunities, and I might need to tell you guys to short your CJ Carr stock, but that's not fair. I can't jump to conclusions. We got to watch one more game. I don't want you guys to think I'm just cherry picking whatever game is convenient to prove my point. So I asked a friend to help me choose which game we should look at.
Hey chat, I'm making a YouTube video assessing CJ Carr. What game should I break down of his from the 2025 season for this video?
CJ Carr's 2025 season had some great potential games to break down. His first start against Miami was a close 27-24 loss, but he showed promise. The Texas A&M game was a 1-point shootout, while his breakout came against Arkansas, where he threw 4 touchdowns. For narrative impact, though, you might want to break down the USC game. He led Notre Dame to a big rivalry win and balanced the pressure of that classic matchup.
Sounds good. We'll break down the USC game.
So we head to the USC matchup, a matchup in which he was 16 for 26 in this game, and I have 9 missed opportunities of those 26 dropbacks. Let's rip through them. He's got a little control route and then a basic route by the tight end. He's reading this middle linebacker. What's he do? This linebacker drops underneath here, and there's a second window throw that's easily available. Hang in the pocket, deliver this strike, trust your protection. Instead, he gets a little loose with his base, ball becomes inaccurate, and this almost becomes a catastrophic pick early on for Notre Dame. Later on that drive, or maybe early next drive, he's got a little vertical route and then an easy little 8th grade roll out right, hit the 5-yard out, receiver's wide open, and CJ Carr just misses him. It's right there in the red zone. Can't miss a layup like that. We head to the third play. It's 3rd and 6. You got one of the best tight ends in the country. Another 5-yard out here. He's got a circus route by the receiver on the top of the screen. It's not as open as the last 5-yard out, but still very much open. Missed opportunity. Throws it too far outside of this tight end, and you do not pick up the first down on that one. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this video, give me a solid, like it down below, and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you. We head to the 4th play, which is, I forgot about this one. This is the play you'll remember. It's all sorts of ugly. He basically runs around for a half mile in the backfield and then throws a late interception. But just, I don't know if he's pressing. I don't know if it was the light rain there. I don't know what it is, but he's running around in the backfield. Oh, here we go. Johnny Manziel style. All right, sweet. Trying to make something happen, picked off. Obviously, you don't need me to break that one down. That one's clear as day. But then we get into a little bit more nuance. This is in 2-minute drill mode. End of the first half, trying to come up with some points. He's got 2 curls on the top of the screen. One here and one here. Both these guys are open. It's 2-minute mode. You know these corners are going to get soft and have depth because they don't want to get beat deep and give up the catastrophic mistake. Give me 1, 2, 3, no hitch drop. Get the ball out of your hands. Get a completion. Boom. In Division I football, both these guys are open. Throw it down towards their lead shoulder pad when they're breaking down. Instead, he breaks the pocket, tries to make a play. It looks like it's, coverage sack by USC. Nah, both those guys are open on that one. In that same drive, we're talking 1 to 2 plays later, so you're still in 2-minute mode. He's got a hitch route by the tight end. He's got a corner route by this slot, a hitch by this receiver, Jeremiah Love on a 5-yard out, and a go ball. Remember how we talked about pick a side and stick there? He goes to his left, and then comes back to his right and ultimately finds Jeremiah Love. But I got two issues here. If you're going to your left, hammer this hitch all day. Corners off, hammer this right away. If you're saying, you know what, Max, I don't like that. This corner, I don't know if he's going to jump it. I just don't like it. It's wide side of the field. There's a lot going on. I don't trust it. Well, then I would say, give me a real drop. In the event that this corner has a chance to get open, give me a full 3-step drop. He cuts his drop to just 1 step, which then quickens up his process and doesn't allow the play to progress. If he gave the full 3-step drop, he might realize, all right, I don't like that guy. All right, I don't like that guy. But then I do like this route by the tight end that's going to come open. Instead, he rushes his drop and ultimately finds a completion to the right, but it's not, from a process standpoint, it's not sound. Check it out here. Goes to his right, comes back around, ultimately finds something, but it's not as clean. We then head to the second half. This is just a go ball in the red zone, one-on-one coverage. Who's going to outdo the other? Again, it's a fist fight on the outside. You're going to see CJ Carr double clutch at the very top, right? He's going to get this ball. He's ready to throw right now. The reason he double clutches is this is tight coverage. The only problem is, as a quarterback, it's got to trigger that if I come down and pump fake, I'm going to run out of grass and never give my receiver to make a chance to make a play. You get this fist fight right here, maybe you back shoulder a ball right behind his head. Or you hang just a little bit longer. You don't do the full pump fake and reset, but you hang. You allow your guy to battle and to fight. And then the second that he clears, maybe then you drive one right past the defender's head. Instead, he pump fakes, double clutches. That receiver's open at the end. But instead, then it becomes a foul ball at the left-hand side. Here, this one, I can't tell. I don't think it's CJ Carr's fault, but I can't make this video without including this play. He's got a vertical route. He's got like a slot fade. I think one of these receivers ran the wrong route. He's got a basic route by the tight end, a little drive route by this receiver, and a Texas route by the new Seattle Seahawk. I don't know why my board just did that. Texas route right here, boom, who is open, but that's hard to get to. It's your 5th progression. There's obviously some sort of miscommunication on the outside. He tries to throw a little snap route. There's no one home. I don't know what happened there. I think the receiver ran the wrong route. And then last but not least, and this is important, this might be the one that really sticks out to me in terms of, I know some people are talking about CJ Carr as a first-round quarterback next year. If he's going to get there, this scenario I'm about to show cannot happen. It is 34-24. Notre Dame's up 10. There's 2:40 to play in the game. Right now, if nothing happens, it's a 45-yard field goal for your kicker. If you complete a hitch on this and you get 5 yards of yak, that turns into a 35-yard field goal. That's how you have to be thinking about it if you're a quarterback. He's got another slot fade here and another hitch. We all can see right away, this hitch, that's looking pretty. You got a corner who's a mile off. This hitch right away, let me take the completion, help my kicker out, and move on. But instead, he hangs on, gives the play fake. Yeah, he gets some pressure, but even when he steps up right there, step up and drive this hitch here. This is, we don't like that. You're going to run out of real estate. The safety's in good leverage, good position, good depth. Give me the hitch, move on. Yeah. Instead, your kicker's left with a 45-yard field goal to put him away. Man, I'm walking away from the film being like, we got to slow our roll with CJ Carr. Obviously, I just highlighted all the negatives in the last 2 games. There are obviously flashes, and he obviously has a ton of skill. But to get to the point where he is the Heisman Trophy winner and a potential first-round draft pick next year, he has to take a huge step. And right now, if you got buddies, I would be shorting my CJ Carr Heisman stock. A huge factor I didn't even talk about was the fact that he had a legit run game. The 2 best running backs in the country last year are no longer on his team. But a factor that is working in his favor, if this video ages horribly and the comments absolutely get on my case 4 months from now, as a quarterback, when you have a full offseason where you are the guy and you aren't worried about a quarterback competition, what that can do for your psyche and confidence can be game-changing. As we all know, CJ Carr was in a neck-and-neck battle a year ago. This year, he is that dude. It's no secret. The hype can get out of control in South Bend. Like USC, every year is the year. But as a Trojan, I gotta be honest, a little relieved after watching the film. Carr's got a couple steps to go. Another Heisman would mean that Notre Dame would tie USC. Another national championship would mean that they would pull ahead. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and this breakdown's a bunch of crap and he's the guy that's gonna get him there. I take no pleasure in being a hater, but I also have to tell you guys the truth. For CJ Carr's sake, hopefully this video ages horribly. For the success of the channel and the Trojan fans, maybe this video will age well. Either way, if you watched this far, I appreciate you. Do me a solid and like the video down below and subscribe to the channel and send this video to either a Notre Dame fan or a college football fan that needs to see it. And hang around for the video on the very next frame, which is recommended specifically for you. See you next time.